There we go. I flipped all the switches right. Finally. Anyways, we are back, guys. Thank you for being patient with us. We're back to continue the insanity and see if we can't blow something up tonight. And with that, I will turn it back over to you, Zeri. It's your show for now.
Okay. So as I have diagrammed this, I believe, as it stands, Bramble and Jeffrey have gone fishing at the dry docks. Which as I say this, I should have flipped that shit at them. I should switch this out for something else.
The best part is if he's trying to get info from people, they should already associate him with Curiosity's riveting speech.
Yeah.
We shall see if that will help or hinder him in his pursuit of knowledge. Alright. Okay, so we have Bramble and Jeffrey at the dry docks. We have Harmony Vinda at the floating market, handing out fruit. We have Gorm drinking. And we have Winter, Airy, and Curiosity heading for the Cathedral of Tears, correct?
Yes.
That sounds correct.
Okay. Okay. So, what we're going to do. Bramble, I'd like you to roll a gather information check. Don't tell me it. Just roll it, calculate it, and hang on to the number. And then when I get to you, we'll delve into that. We will start with Harmony and Vinda, and then we will go to Winter, Airy, and Curiosity at the Cathedral of Tears. Okay. So. Harmony and Vinda. You splitting off from the party. Head back to the floating market. With the signage. Can I proceed now?
Hang on, I gotta go sharpen some pencils with an electric pencil sharpener.
It might be quieter in the bag.
Just let me know when you're done.
No, I was putting the bag away so that it would be good.
Okay.
But the carrots, good sir. I'm gonna request a mic mute. That is the opposite.
I wasn't even really paying attention to it until you brought it to my attention.
Welcome to Carrot Eating O'Clock, where we talk about the most annoying and efficient ways to eat carrots in front of all of your friends.
Moving aside from Kairos carrot eating, we'll continue back to traveling the floating market. Vind and Harmony, you travel back as you've been through these pathways enough times and see the signs that you can find your way pretty easily back to the floating market. What would you like to do when you re-enter?
Well, I'm just gonna walk around and check out stuff. Not going to super shady places, but just trying to identify the apothecary without, like, asking about it, because I don't want to ask about it, so I'm gonna just, like, walk around everywhere, and even after I've found it, not really, like, study it in detail, just kind of be like, oh, that's where it is, and then just keep looking like I'm checking out all the places, like, just kind of walking around, checking out all the places. And if anybody's like, do you have money? I'll just start passing out fruit instead.
Do you have money? Here, have an apple.
Sure, that's what they were hoping for.
Okay. Yeah, so you go back to the floating market. Are you trying to disguise yourself or act casual or just waltzing in?
No, I'm feeling waltz in. I'm feeling Waltz-in right now.
Okay.
What I'm feeling
See,
as a play. I'm trying to be visible and being friendly by giving food out. I'm not trying to make a show of doing it, but I'm also not trying to be like, it is not me. It is not Globling Man. It is. That seems like it's going to be hard to do. So.
I mean, yeah, you do have giant black wings, so yeah. You and Vida, you re-enter, not keeping yourself hidden, just walking back to the center of town. You are very quickly noticed. You see floating hand members with walking around as a very identifiable with their clubs. They see you, keep a kind of a wary eye, but there is a small. You get kind of looks of confusion as they kind of look. They start looking around, and you get the feeling that they maybe are looking for more of you, and they're wondering why there's so few of you. Harmony, just being a militaristically aware person, you take note of that. They might be some people who try to take advantage of that fact.
Yeah, I can fly. I'm not really that concerned. I'm just gonna make sure I know where all the morons with clubs are. So if they start coming for me, I'll just be like, dude, you have a club and I can fly, so good luck with figuring out how that's gonna work.
Also, you have a spear that can reach further than their club.
Also that, but also I'll make a point of, like, there's space, like, looking at them, like, stretching my wings out and, like, shrugging, like, it's like a day, like, oh, it's been like a day of work, but, like, also making a point to stretch out my wings.
Okay.
Smack one in the face.
As you do that, you get looks. People are mostly keeping a close distance, keeping a distance from them. You do, though, as you enter sort of the more central part of town, you do look at a couple of like younger kids who are dressed in kind of raggedy, dirty clothes. They kind of come up to you very carefully, and you can see that they're kind of wanting something from you, but they're a little afraid to ask you / approach you, so they kind of keep their distance and they kind of form a group and look between each other and look back at you.
Like, hey, Vinda, you want to, like, grab the fruit out of my pack and, like, fly it over to him? Vinda?
She's like, what? Vinda?
Hello, is this Ricky?
Yeah?
Okay. Can she do that? I mean, comparative sizes and all. Can she carry?
You carry things one at a time. Why not? You can probably carry an orange. It's gonna be heavy, but you can carry it. You can probably carry an orange with them.
Okay.
She's my fruit messenger. Go, my Amazon drone, deliver the fruit.
So the question is, how tired is she going to be after carrying tons of oranges to
I was
hand
hoping
out?
once, like, one has been delivered, they'll kind of, like, start moving closer and I can start handing them out as well.
So, Vinda, what
Also,
do you do?
how about I make a illusion of a glowy butterfly over their heads?
Yeah, you can if you want. In addition to carrying the orange over?
Start with that.
I'm just gonna freak them out. Like, somebody's doing magic. Why is somebody doing magic?
Let the fairy be crazy.
Yeah, I'll let the fairy be crazy. Well, it's not like I notice in my head. So I don't notice it's gonna happen, so I can't stop her from doing the things.
Yes, but if you mention it, she might decide not to be crazy.
No, you should do it. Do it. Do the crazy. It might not actually be that crazy.
Maybe.
These people seem to deal in crazy, so crazy seems to work with these people.
Nonetheless, embrace the crazy.
In a death labyrinth
So
underneath
roll
the damp,
succeeds.
normal.
Okay. So, Vinda, you describe what you do.
I may. Didn't I already describe it?
Oh, she. Okay. I mean, I didn't know if you wanted to add any more details, but
It's a pretty glowing butterfly sort of thing.
okay.
The,
So you pick up a. Are you trying to say something? I can't tell.
I don't know. I think there's lag and it's making things.
Okay, we're just gonna go with that then. You pick up one of the bigger oranges and you start to fly towards the kids. You notice that as you do, they seem a little jumpy and a little nervous as you come towards them. But you create an illusionary butterfly, a beautiful blue, translucent monarch butterfly. Very fanciful, very magical. He's
It's
very
blue,
similar
but
to
it's a
what
monarch butterfly. What? My science brain
It's
can't
very-
handle the truth.
Your science brain is not a part of my world.
Labyrinth means underground in this world. Blue in this world.
Exactly. It's they're very similar to you remember them from the butterflies that are near your home, and you bring them. You send a couple of them towards the kids, and the younger ones, they get excited. They see them and they start trying to catch them, and the older ones kind of are a little bit hesitant. They're not really sure if this is a trap or something, but then they watch as the little kids catch them and their hands just go through them and they giggle and they kind of they seem to relax a little bit. You bring the orange to what seems to be the oldest of the kids, a girl. She looks like she's maybe 14, 15, and you hand it to her and she takes it. She looks at you curiously and she just sort of sniffs it. She breaks the orange in half, kind of inspects it, and takes a bite out of it. And then she looks at all the other younger ones and nods and shoos them towards, and they come up to you, Harmony. The youngest of the group seem like they're probably between 4 and 5, and like I said, the oldest one, she looks like she's maybe 14 or 15, and so there's about 6 or so kids in this group, and they're all between those ages, and they come up to you. And you can see there's sort of this tactic of send the cute ones in first. So there's like a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and they kind of come up to you and they ask for fruit. In addition, fruit like the other older one got.
Yep. And grab some, pull out my pack. How you all doing this morning? Well, afternoon. Sorry. How you doing this afternoon?
Good, I guess.
I am Harmony. To meet you.
The older one, because the other ones, they're not really sure if they should be responding to you. And the older one, as she's eating her orange, she looks and sees that she needs to direct the others, and she goes, "I'm Grace."
Good to meet you, Grace.
Are you They said that you were fighting in that bar there. Are you gonna be the new boss around here?
No, we're working things out with the current boss. Fight didn't go exact. Well, we didn't really want to fight. Just trying to help some friends out. We're trying to help other people out, so we'll see how it goes.
If you win, does that mean there's gonna be more fruit around here?
Maybe. We'll see if we can do some things. I have connections with some people. I can't make promises that there will be more fruit, but I will do my best to try and make this a more regular thing. Never make a promise you can't keep. But I will say that I will try, because I think, well, fruit and other things are worth trying to have for people.
We're not really supposed to be talking to you. At least that's what they said.
Yeah, you should probably not talk to us that much until things kind of get figured out. It's a little bit tense. Yeah, the fight at the bar didn't really go that well.
we're, there. Not everyone around here is bad. Sometimes people do. We just have to do what we have to do.
That's why I don't like what happened yesterday. Because it seemed like the people who were just doing what they had to do got caught in the middle of us and the people who do what they do because they're not good.
Yeah, my friend, her sister was one of the ones you guys killed. She's not very happy, but I didn't. You guys, then you seem to be wanting to help people, and I just didn't. It seems kind of confusing.
Yeah, that whole thing was a mistake. Bartender told the guards, the people to attack us. We've been on the road for a while, and we reacted kind of strongly. And shouldn't have. So we've been fighting. They're all demons, basically. And so they're all evil, and so it's been, when we're confronted with danger, we've been just dealing with it. And now we're back in the city, we've realized, that everybody's not necessarily evil, they're just doing what they have to do, and so I regret pretty much everything that happened in the fight, other than smashing the bartender's face into the bar, because he seemed like he's not one of the good people.
Well, okay. Thanks for this.
Yeah, take care of yourselves.
And she gets ready to respond to you when you hear, you see an older man come from some kind of shop. You're not sure what it is, but he's bigger and older, and he looks at the girl and he goes, "Grace, what are you doing? I told you not to talk to them. Come on, come back." And she goes sheet white, and she just waves, and she ushers the other kids, and they run off.
Well, I think that went fairly well.
Yep.
Do you guys continue kind of walking about?
Yeah, still gotta find the apothecary. And all the other stuff, so I'm looking for, shop signs and things. Just get the lay of the land, so when people tell me about stuff, I know where things are.
Mm-hmm.
I figure knowing the different places is good for strategy making.
So you walk kind of forward towards where kind of Grace ran off to, and you get a second to glance at the shop that the older man was standing in front of, and it looks like it was a butcher shop of some kind. You go past that, and you make your way past what looks to be kind of like a general store, like a grocery store / sort of general store. Near that, and just sort of in the central area, just kind of around the Sleeping Mist. Like the Sleeping Mist is in a corner of this sort of circular market town area, and there's kind of the central shops there. So there's a general store, there's a butcher shop, there's a clothing store. What makes a clothing store of some kind? There's you look a little bit, you can see kind of what their wares are. It looks like most of it's just tattered used clothes that are kind of in good condition, like wearable condition. And then further down as you walk past, you can see the docks area, and you can see what looks to be 2 ships docked in there. Both with black sails on their masts, and one of them seems to be in the process of being loaded. You can hear a couple of men shouting out orders, and you see people picking up boxes and putting them up on there.
Well, that ship looks like it's getting ready to leave. I guess we should probably go see if Giles is on that one. I have curiosity to be like, what? You saw the ship leaving and you didn't go talk to him? Yeah, for this window, I'm sure the pirates are going to be real happy to have us talking to him.
Yes, he can get things done even when he's not there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go talk to the ship that's being loaded.
Alright, so you make your way towards the docks, and as you walk in, you hear shouting. You hear a general sort of busyness. It seems a lot more busy than the dry docks, surprisingly.
I wonder because they might be smuggling stuff out of here.
Maybe it is possible. It is possible. They're moving things about. And you see what you assume to be the dock master or maybe the lieutenant or someone in charge who's barking out orders. And as you're paying attention, it does catch your ear because he yells. You see a man struggling to lift a box, and it's shaking in his grasp, and he almost drops it. But right before he drops it, he puts it back down before he's going to let it go. And you hear the headmaster. He barks out, "Giles, you break that box, it's coming out of your paycheck. I told you 1,000 times to be more careful. Barn, help him with that." And he goes back, and then he turns to another group of people who are just who are clearly drunk and stumbling about, and you hear him start yelling and berating them too.
Well, that was relatively easy. Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty straightforward. Now I just have to talk to him without that guy yelling at us. I feel like you're our best play here, Vinda. Right, so you're just supposed to tell him that his family in Zagata is fine. It's great. He's a blacksmith. And then try and figure out why he's joining a pirate crew, because I feel like his blacksmith brother's not going to be super thrilled to hear that. So try not to get stabbed or anything.
Also, we're not just supposed to tell him that his ask. It's okay. The blacksmith wants to know how he's doing.
Yeah, that's why we're asking about why he joined a pirate ship crew. That is clearly the entry question to figuring out how he's doing.
Okay, just saying.
Just
You told him you're supposed to tell him that his good, but that's not what they want to ask how he was doing.
yeah, well, they're gonna do that because we're gonna figure out why he's joining a pirate crew. I think we can objectively say joining a pirate.
Yeah,
crew.
your niece and nephew almost died by going inside this.
No, we shouldn't say that. But we saved their lives. Yeah, we saved them. Yeah, that's right.
On a scale of 1 to 10 of doing well, they're doing it about climbing into a creepy haunted house with a rat infestation level.
They learned their lesson, and they'll never do it ever again.
Exploratory death wish. Okay, carry on, Lo siento for my interruption.
He remembers things when it's not relevant to what he's doing.
That's because I have time to look at my notes while I'm not the person doing it.
Alright, so yeah, I think if we just have Vinda like hide behind a box and like whisper to him, then we might be able to talk to him without to not make the guy who's running things mad. How do you feel about this plan, Vinda? Do you like this plan? Do you hate this plan? Do you want to do a different plan? What plan do you want to do?
Yeah, something else.
Something else. So what is the something else that you would like to do?
Something that involves less potential damage.
Okay, we can just wait until like maybe they're not going to leave until tomorrow because it seems kind of late to leave at this point. So maybe they're just loading it today. So we could wait and see if he gets off of work. We could do that. Yay? Nay?
Yeah, I think that sounds better. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna wait and see if he. So we're just gonna hang out and kind of keep an eye on the docks and see if it looks like they're gonna leave, or if like he's going to a place, or like what, or if he's going to like a bar, or we own the bar, so that's not really an option right now. There's a different bar they're gonna go to. Daphne should really reopen the bar so we can make money, but also don't want to get stabbed, so we shouldn't do that. Darn. Opportunities wasting. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna chill out. We're gonna chill out. And we're not gonna go see Gorm because nobody wants to talk to Gorm. That's not true. Most of the time, I like talking to Gorm because he's usually like okay with killing people, and the same people that I'm okay with killing. Sometimes with a couple extra people, but he doesn't know. It's like we can't kill the people.
No, that's just curiosity in winter. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, you guys probably spend 30, 35 minutes just hanging out. Try not to be conspicuous in any way. You watch as they load the ship. They seem shady. Let's just put it that way. Frankly,
No way.
Everyone seems a little shady. But generally speaking, there's an order to things. They know who's in charge, and they don't really do too many things that you fall out of line. But there's definitely shenanigans that take place. And eventually, keeping an eye on Giles, you do see that he gets a kind of break period, and you see him. He walks over to yes, very inconvenient for these guys. The only tavern within distance that is not in a law-abiding area is currently occupied by a drunk dwarf. So, and her half-orc companion. So they don't have a lot of options. And you see that there are some like picnic benches kind of area out by the docks, and you see most of the men kind of go over there to go eat and drink. But Giles, on the other hand, you see him, he walks off away from the group, and he walks down towards the docks, and goes onto the actual pier, and he sits off the pier, and he sits there alone for about a minute, and then another man comes up and sits next to him, and the two of them seem to eat there and converse. Seems like they're unbothered by others.
I look at Vinda, being like, "We going in?" Since it seems like a good opportunity.
You're bound and determined for me to deal with this.
What? No, we're gonna go in together this time. And there's also only two of them, so like try and stab and take them easily. It's not mission impossible. This is mission very possible. This is mission almost too easy. Is what this mission is. And then he'll jump out of the crowd, freezing too, and then freezing, and then he'll be like, "Well, this was supposed to be too easy." Got nonsense. All right, so we're going over to the two guys.
Okay. So you walk down to the pier, walk down to the dock area, which is pretty much far away from anyone else. As you approach, you see Giles. You see the man who you assume is Giles based on being pointed out in those things that you kept an eye on. He seems to be eating kind of pretty basic lunch. It's like a fish thing and some ale. You see the guy. You see the man that he's sitting next to. He's got a cloak hood pulled all the way up, and the two of them they take a glance at you, and they look at you as you come over. And Giles, he kind of perks up and gives you a friendly smile, but the guy next to him quickly turns his hood down and turns away and looks down towards the water as he eats.
Vinda, can you turn into a fish?
No, I can't.
Darn it.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you?
Here, Giles?
Yeah, I'm Thomas Giles.
Yeah, your brother and Zagata asked us to find you, basically.
Oh, how do you know him?
Well, he's the blacksmith. We ended up saving. Well, I guess your niece and nephew. We ended up saving from a gelatinous ooze thing that was in the basement of anyway, this is the whole thing. So, and then he heard we were coming here, and he was like, "Oh, my brother lives there. Haven't heard from him in a while. Could you go see how he's doing?" So that's what we're doing.
Uh,
My name's Harmony, by the way. This is Vinda.
Hi.
hi. Hi. I must admit, that's one of the more bizarre news I've ever had. Thanks for saving my niece and nephew. Other than that, are life's good for them? Are they okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
As far as we know, the blacksmith business is treating him well. And I think the kids have learned a lesson about not going into abandoned buildings. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. I thought my brother would have prevented that. He was usually pretty responsible. Probably why he's married and I'm not. But yeah, I'm glad they're okay. Yeah, thanks for this info.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to ask how you are doing. Like, he wanted to know how. He wants to check in on you, not just deliver information. I'll look at the other guys. Like, hi, yeah, Harmony, Vinda, hooded cloaked guy. All right, so hooded cloaked guy, that's fine. You can just keep being hooded cloaked guy. I don't really, whatever. Feel free to continue being mysterious.
Giles looks down at his friend and he just gives you, and he looks down and he whispers something. And the cloaked figure just whispers something back and he pulls his cloak tighter and he gets up and he walks past the two of you without making eye contact or anything, very careful not to be seen by you or to see you himself.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice anything and or actually manage to see him?
And Vinda being tiny and flying.
Oh dear. Oh, that's not a good roll. What's my perception bonus? A perception bonus? I think it's going to be a 14 for me, which is mediocre.
11
Check.
plus searching applies, which it doesn't seem like.
You'll be seeing.
My character sheet's not loading. I think it's a 14. I'll just go with 14. I rolled a 14.
Okay. As he passes by, you do notice he tries very hard to keep his face hidden from you. But you notice that he has a mask covering the lower part of his face as well as his hood. But you do catch a glimpse of the top of his face, and something about the way it's only a second. It's a quick second as you guys pass by. There's something familiar in the gaze, and before you can quite place it, he turns his head quickly and walks past you as fast as he can.
Okay.
How tall is he? Like, height-wise? Is it like... Just so I have it for future reference, when I'm trying to identify this person later, I want to know how tall he is.
I don't know. It's like...
Time for Stump the GM with information she didn't think I would ask for it.
Are you wanting
It's
to
my
know whether or
favorite
not this is
activity.
an Aasimar or human or something else like that?
But also if I just encounter different like humans and stuff. Like, I feel like the Aasimar is so tall, I would probably be able to guess that it was an Aasimar. Generally,
He looks like he's probably human. You would say
yeah,
about
that's why I want to be able to compare heights of two people I've already met, basically. So every time I'm gonna start measuring people, be like, was it you?
He looks like he's probably about 6 foot.
Okay. Darn, that's a super average height. It's gonna be a problem.
For some people, it could be average. Anyway.
Yeah, what?
Anyway, do you let him go? Let him walk past you?
Yeah, I'm not looking to start a fight here, so yeah.
Okay.
I think Vindo was very clear on the not wanting to get stabbed.
Yes, not wanting to get stabbed.
What you need is some metal magic tracking device. Have a tiny magical ball bearing that flies onto him. Track it down, maybe.
That's not one of my spells. My spells. So
We need to invent that then.
As soon as his friend leaves, Giles motions for you to come join him on the pier and sit with him. If you want, you can eat lunch with me.
thanks. Not sure I'll be doing much eating, but
That's
thanks.
a good question. Have we got lunch? Yeah, lunch. Lunch is probably a thing we should have prepared for. Oh, bother, and
I
I have
an
rations in my
extra
pack.
sandwich. I
Do I
have
have
an
any
extra
fruit left?
sandwich. Yeah, you've got some grapes left.
I'll just hand them to Vinda. Go ahead. Here.
nom 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 nom.
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess if you wanted to tell my brother anything, tell him I'm fine, doing well.
So yeah, you're doing joining a pirate ship crew. Well,
Well, yeah. Times are a little harder on money. But I mean, they seem like decent people, as decent as pirates can be. My friend, the guy who just walked by, he got me to join, and he's got some ideas, and I think that they'll be good. The truth is look, I know you're gonna go back to my brother, and he's gonna be concerned. He's gonna be all like, "Oh, why aren't you doing the more? You know, you should be like me and settle down and do it." The truth is I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I don't have any savings. I don't have any skills. This is what I'm good at. I'm good at one thing. That's being on the sea. So, you know, there's the ships aren't leaving Seashine anymore. The Duke's got whatever orders. These are the only people that are leaving. I figured even if it doesn't work out with these guys, I can at least hop ship and find somewhere else to be.
so this guy he seemed really like just caught his eyes. He looked really familiar, which seemed weird because I don't know that many people, but he seemed really familiar.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
So he recruited you all the way from the dry docks?
Yeah. Actually, he helped me out of some trouble I was in. He seemed pretty stand up. Actually. Yeah, he's like some guy, and he was like, "Hey, you know, you're down on your luck." He just helped me. So I figured, well, may as well give it a shot.
So, but why is he like the whole hood thing? I'm just confused as if he's
Look,
connected
man,
with you. Like what?
I'm trying to be honest with you. I don't know. He doesn't want me telling you anything. So if you got a problem, you should go talk to him about it. He helped me out. He seems decent. You can tell my brother things are looking up for me. He doesn't need to know the details. He'll just worry.
I'm just looking at Vindo, like trying to hint, like, should we tell him about the portal thing? He can just go talk to his brother in person. Like, should we tell him that? Like, but he's not saying anything. He's just kind of like glancing, hoping that Vindo notices.
No.
Well, hope it doesn't go too poorly for you. I have to say, we're trying to get the ports back open, so you should come back. Yeah, it's open. Try to find less piratey things to do. General rule, people tend to live longer that way.
I mean, sure, that makes sense. I don't really have much to live for, so... But, good on you. You must be the... I heard something about a racket in a tavern. If you're saying these things, you must be part of that racket. I know I can tell you that a lot of the guys here are really upset about it. They haven't had a decent drink in a while, and it's getting them a bit moody, if I'm being honest.
In a while. It's literally been less than a day.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
And we're working on trying to reopen it as soon as possible. I just figured, with the whole thing, if we just started opening it and selling stuff, that would probably make people upset. I mean, it would probably make the common people happy. It would make the people that we don't want to make upset.
Man, I'm not telling you how to run the business. I'm just telling you what's going around. Why do you think the headmaster is berating all of us? He's much more irritating. I mean, he's never cheery, but, he usually doesn't get mad for this kind of crap, and that's because he didn't get his nightly dose of drinks.
Well, it should be rectified soon, hopefully.
That's probably a good idea. But anyway, I should probably get going. Lunch break's gonna be over soon, and doubt I'll see you again. We'll be shipping out tomorrow.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for helping my niece and nephew. And the Giles family's gonna continue on, and it's gonna be with them, not me. So I guess I'm glad you helped them.
Yeah, well, you think you got nothing to live for, remember, you still got family back in Sagada. Which, it's not a port, so you're probably like, I'm never going to go there.
It's honestly better for them if I don't go. I'll just probably mess up their life.
That's quitter talk.
I don't think... I think that...
I appreciate the confidence, but you don't know anything about me. It's the reason why, my brother became a blacksmith and I didn't. Dad gave him the business, not me.
Yeah, well, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go on the seas with pirates, you want to go on seas with other people, everybody's got to find their own path. Just know that it's always nice to have people at the beginning of the path that still want what's best for you. So keep that in mind. Keep yourself safe. Need anything, know where to find me. I'll be over at the bar to this whole mess. Oh boy. Anyway, so good luck. I'm talking to you. Have a good night. Safe journey.
Yeah, you too, Angel. He nods at you, gets up, and kind of packs up his lunch and goes back to work.
Oh, that was sad.
Well, just another thing people who are in charge are doing stupid. All scared about the senior nonsense garbage that is hurting the people that he's supposed to be helping. So yeah, just telling you the Duke probably just gonna end up punching you in the face. Probably. At some point. Because
On the one hand, that seems like it might end up with stabbing involved, but on the other hand, it sounds like you might need that, so yeah. Kind of mixed feelings, but
yeah, we just gotta make sure the ambassador's nowhere near. Maybe we can. Oh, we have enough magic. I'm sure we could make it look like it was some accidental object came and hit him in the face. And you're like, oh no, you dropped your book and it got kicked and it hit him in the face. Anyway, we should probably just hang out in the bar, I guess, until meeting time. Actually, no, I think it's less suspicious if we're just walking around. No, never mind. Yeah, we'll go back to the bar. Maybe make sure the dwarf and Gorm aren't dead.
is that what?
No, it's not.
What?
It was a joke.
Alright, so as you guys head back up from the docks, you kind of travel through a different way, being Harmony wanting to see as much of the town as possible. And on your way back through there, you do come across the apothecary, which is known as the Viper's Bath.
Oh, that sounds like a great place.
And you
nice.
see what looks like some kind of corner back alley that looks very suspicious and very hidden away, and you assume that that is probably the alley
These
in particular.
people need some work on naming things.
What are you gonna name it? Like the Fluffy Panda or something?
The fluffiest panda.